Hello everyone. Until February 24, 2022, my blog was about crocheting. I was creating free and paid crochet patterns, sharing video tutorials on my YouTube channel. But now the only thoughts in my head are about war, bombs, dead people in Ukraine, and my helplessness in this war. This is a terrible feeling that does not leave any Ukrainian today. I keep working on my patterns because we have to support Ukraine. I don't ask anything for me, but I ask you to help Ukraine directly. Please click the link below the video to see how to do it. Also, every sale from my Etsy shop will go to support volunteers and our brave army. Thank you. Let's get started. The square pattern. The first round. Make a magic ring, chain 3, count as the first DC, 15 DC into the circle. Join with slip stitch to top of chain 3. The second round, change the color of the yarn . Chain 3, count as the first DC, DC in the same place, 2 DC in each DC around. Join with slip stitch to top of chain 3. You got 32 DCs. Round 3. Change the color of the yarn, chain 3, count as the first DC, 2 DC in the same place. Skip next DC, 3 DC in next DC. Repeat the steps to the end of the round. Join with slip stitch to top of chain 3. Change the color of the yarn, single crochet in any skipped DC of the second round. Chain 3, a single crochet in next skipped DC of the second round, chain 3, single crochet in next DC in next skip DC of the second round. Repeat the steps to the end of the round. Join with slip stitch to the first single crochet. You got 16 chain 3 spaces. Round 5. Change the color of the yarn. Connect the yarn to top of chain 3 of the third round. Chain 3, DC through chain 3 space of the fourth round, and in the middle DC of the third round. DC in next to DC. DC through chain 3 space of the fourth round, and in the middle DC of the third round. D in next to DC. I repeat the steps to the end of the round. At the end of the round, DC in the last DC, join with slip stitch to top of chain 3. Round 6. Change the color of the yarn, slip stitch in each DC around. Join with slip stitch to the first slip stitch. Connect the yarn to the fifth round, chain 4, skip next DC of the fifth round, single crochet in next DC of the fifth round, chain 3, skip next DC of the fifth round, single crochet in next DC of the fifth round. Repeat the steps to the end of the round. Join with slip stitch to the first chain. Round 8. A slip stitch in next chain 3 space, chain 4, DC in same space. Chain 1, double treble in same space. Chain 1, 2 DC in same space. You got the first corner. Three DC in next chain 3 space. 2 single crochet in next 3 chain 3 spaces. Three DC in next chain 3 space. Two DC in next chain 3 space, chain 1, double treble in the same space, chain 1, 2 DC in the same space, three DC in next chain 3 space. Repeat the steps to the end of the round. Join with slip stitch to top of chain 4. Change the color of the yarn, connect the yarn to the first chain 1 space. Chain 3, DC in the same space. Chain 3, 2 DC in next chain 1 space. One DC in next 16 stitches. Two DC in next chain 1 space, chain 3, 2 DC in next chain 1 space. DC in next 16 stitches. Repeat the steps to the end of the round. Join with slip stitch to top of chain 3. The last round. Change the color of the yarn, connect the yarn to any chain 3 space, chain 3, DC in the same space. Chain 3, 2 DC in the same space. Chain 3, skip next DC, single crochet in next DC. Chain 3, skip next DC, single crochet in next DC. Repeat the steps to the next corner. You should get 11 chain 3 spaces on each side. 2 DC in next chain 3 space, chain 3, 2 DC in the same space, chain 3, skip next DC, single crochet in next DC, chain 3. Repeat the steps to the end of the round. Join with slip stitch to top of chain 3. Start joining the squares while you are crocheting the 10th round this way. Connect the yarn to any chain 3 space, a chain 3, DC in same space, chain 1, single crochet in any corner of the finished square, chain 1, 2 DC in same chain 3 space of the unfinished square, chain 1, single crochet in next chain 3 space of the finished square, chain 1, skip next DC of the unfinished square, single crochet next DC of the unfinished square, chain 1, single crochet in next chain 3 space of the unfinished square, chain 1. Repeat the steps until you reach the next chain 3 space, a corner of the unfinished square. Two DC in the second corner of the unfinished square, chain 1, single crochet in next chain 3 space of the finished square. It's the second corner of the finished square. Chain 1, 2 DC in the same chain 3 space of the unfinished square. Chain 3, skip next DC of unfinished square, single crochet in next DC, finish the square, round 10. In 4 squares in the circle, it's the bottom part of the top. After that, connect next 4 squares, leaving the spaces for a neckline and sleeves, as you can see here. Then connect the sleeves. You will need 4 squares for each sleeve. Borders. Crochet 3 rows of DC around the bottom part and sleeves. After that, make a row of crab stitches. I crocheted 3 DC in each chain 3 spaces in the first round. Crochet a row of DC and a row of crab stitches around the neckline. I crocheted 2 DC in each chain 3 space in the first round to narrow down the neckline.